are hearing the bells now. It says that it's 12 o'clock. This is midday in Argentina and a lot of places in South America. Nestor here. I introduce myself from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and in this occasion I'm going to show you the main square of Buenos Aires, the oldest spot of this city, yes, called the Plaza De Macho. You will know in this tour why this is called the Plaza De Mayo, where this is located, what is the purpose of all of this, and then let's enjoy of this marvelous day. This is springtime. This is a typical day of springtime in Argentina and places here in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so let's start. Yes, but well, first of all, I will introduce you some important places here, such as the Metropolitan Cathedral, the Pink House, the Cabildo, and the histories of this place. Okay, the purpose of the foundation will be approximately 1 hour. Yes, walking with me, so let's enjoy. Yes, this place, as we are now, it was founded in the year 1580 by the Spanish conquerors. Okay, as a lot of places in South America and Latin America. Okay, with the purpose of taking a lot of gold, a lot of silver from all the continent. Okay, it happened after the colonization, yes, when Christopher Columbus arrived in 1492. From that moment, a lot of cities and spots were founded here, and then the southest point was Buenos Aires. Yes, Buenos Aires in 1580 was founded by Juan de Garay. There was a first settlement here in 1536. Yes, made by Pedro de Mendoza. But this is another occasion. But on this spot was when Juan de Garay founded the main place here, with the purpose of stopping the advance of the Portuguese Empire that was coming from Brazil. Almost all America speak Spanish, except the United States that speak English, and then Brazil that speak Portuguese. Okay, and then some other places. But then in South America, the only case that doesn't speak Spanish is the Brazil, yes, and then the Guyanas, yes. But well, another purpose was to take the silver from this part of the land to take it to Europe. Okay, but I will show you how common were the squares. Yes, maybe you have seen it in Mexico, in the videos of Cuba also. There was a common thing that was to build the main square, yes, at every new town, with the main buildings of the state, okay, such as the town hall, yes, or the square, or the main church. Now I will show you the church now, okay. Yes, this is the church, the main church of Buenos Aires. This is the Metropolitan Cathedral. Okay. Every colonial city had to have a church. Yes, it was not like this as we see it before. Yes, it was made of mud. Yes, it was a little church. Buenos Aires was just a port of smuggling. Okay, so it was not the big city that this is now. Okay, in the year 1820 it was changed from the old church. Buenos Aires wanted to turn into a modern city of those times, so the idea was to make a bigger building. Yes, so a lot of architects were contracted, but almost 200 years ago it was built like this. Okay, but well, you can see the description of the Metropolitan Cathedral. This is made in a classical style, okay, in a Greek style. Yes, you can see the columns in a Corinthian style, okay. You can see the triangle that this is called the tympanum, okay. That you can see that there is a stage, the stage that shows the meeting between Joseph and his brother in Egypt. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there is this, you can see the pyramids of Egypt. Now, yes, but despite of that, something happened here. Yes, there are two events that are important. One is that here lies the body of José de San Martín. Yes, José de San Martín is our main historical hero, I can say, the most important character. Every place, every square, every spot here, this is called San Martín. Every main avenue, yes, because he was the father of our country, crossing the Andes Mountains, and then it was the best way to take to Lima. Lima was the main power of Spain here in Latin America. Well, in South America was the main power in Lima. So he managed to do that, and then with Simón Bolívar from Venezuela, they did the first step for the independence of Latin America and South America in this case. So this is so important that was brought to here the body of San Martin that died in France, and he has a mausoleum inside this place that is protected by the soldiers of the court of San Martin. But there is a story that says that it's the mausoleum is away from the church, but because he was not Catholic, but he was a free-thinker Mason, so he was not allowed to come to stay inside the Catholic Church. Okay, so that's a story that is well known here. And then the other important thing is that the current Pope Francisco used to be the bishop here on this church. Okay, he worked for more than 20 years, yes, and until he became the main Pope in the year 2013. Okay, his name is Jorge Bergoglio. Okay, so he's very known as Bergoglio here. Yeah, here, look at Bergoglio. He's there. He's always drinking mate. Yes, kind of things that do this Pope, the current Pope. Yes, I will show you one another thing. Yes, that is the obelisco. Yes, the obelisco is the main monument in Buenos Aires. The most characteristic one is half a kilometer from here. It's big to see. Yes, another building. This is the building of the executive power of the city. Yes, despite of being a republic, yes, Buenos Aires, Argentina, has provinces, 24 provinces that has in some ways their special laws, they're autonomic in some ways. For example, Buenos Aires is divided in Buenos Aires City and Gran Buenos Aires. Yes, Gran Buenos Aires is the most populated place, and then the main capital is considered an autonomic, like an autonomic city. Okay, so in some ways has its laws. You can see the French style of the architecture on this place. Okay, take a look. Yes, we move. This is the first boulevard in Argentina, the first boulevard of Buenos Aires, made in 1894. This is the main avenue, Avenida de Mayo. This is when we start seeing that a lot of things are called Mayo. Mayo is May, the month. Okay, I will tell you why. This is the Avenida de Mayo, Plaza de Mayo, the Pyramid of Mayo that we will see, and then at the bottom we cannot see very well, but this is there. We cannot see from here because of the trees, the platano trees. That is the Congress of the nation. But now I will show you this building that is under refactions. Okay, we'll see in a picture. Yes, I'm sure you will be able to see in a picture. If not, I can send you anyway. Don't worry. That this was reformed a lot of times, but nowadays this is reformed on a colonial style. It used to have a colonial style. Okay, it was the town hall. Yes, as the church, the same as the cathedral, well, as the main church, used to be one of the buildings built during the colonial period. Okay, it was much bigger, it was even wider. Yes, it had three arches on each side. Yes, and then the modernization made that they were demolished. It was a very nice building. But this is very important for Argentinian history because it was place of the revolution of Mayo. Okay, and I will tell you something about the historic Buenos Aires from the times of being a colony to an independent country. Okay, this is not a simple period. It was a period that happened in all Latin America, from Mexico to Argentina nowadays. Okay, but then first I will show you another building. Yes, the legislative power of the city there, and then the Siemens Tower. This is called. Yes, the one with the two colossus. Yes, sorry if I cannot show you very well, but this is the colossus. These are the colossus of the Siemens building. Okay. And then I will show you that I will tell you about the history. Buenos Aires has been a colony from 1580, but then happened something that changed the history a lot. Yes, there were two attempts by the British Kingdom to take over Buenos Aires. Okay, now I will tell you what happened when Napoleon Bonaparte took the power of Spain. Yes, took the power and sent the king to the jail. There was no control among the places here, okay, in Latin America. On the other side, Napoleon loses the Trafalgar War, but being in the control of all Europe, made a blockade so as not to allow the British Navy, that was the winner at Trafalgar, could commerce with all Europe. So England went to look for another places to put their products. Okay, Industrial Revolution was starting. Yes, so the thing is that the British Navy tried to conquer Buenos Aires. They were on a trip on the Ciudad del Cabo in the south part of Africa, and they said, well, we can go to the Latin American part. Okay, let's go to Buenos Aires, not so very protected. But the thing is that Buenos Aires was invaded, and then for 40 years, in the year 1806, was taken over by the British Kingdom that put their flag here. They considered as a territory of Great Britain. Okay, so the thing is that it was prepared and a strong resistance to reconquer the city. Okay, so in that year 1806, a lot of groups of informal militaries started preparing, and then led by a guy called Santiago Liniers, took over Buenos Aires again. Yes, they recovered Buenos Aires for the Argentinians, okay? And that was a strong feeling, okay, of that stopping the invader, okay? So the English went away, but 1807 they came again, yes, with more people. They were 12,000 people that invaded Buenos Aires, but Buenos Aires was better prepared at those time, okay? So it was a strong defense of the city. So the events were called the Reconquest and then the defense. Yes, and that defense of the city was considered as very, very important because it was the first step for our independence. Okay, the feeling of being an independent country. We can send away the British. We can send away the Spanish. Where were the Spanish? The Spanish administration of the Spanish were at the Cabildo. Okay, so the ones who controlled the Cabildo, and there was a big quarrel. The ones who didn't want to make a local government. So this is why it was done. Yes, in the year 1810, on the 25th of May, it was made the first Argentinian government without the power of Spain. Buenos Aires was, as all Latin America, a vice-royalty. Okay, so the vice-royalty was not again because the King of Spain was in jail. There was no control. So it was a lot of governments were made. In the case of what today is Argentina, began to be called, instead of Vice Kingdom of the Río de la Plata, what began to be called the Provincias Unidas del Río de la Plata, United Provinces of the Río de la Plata, that included part of Bolivia, Paraguay, and the whole part what today is Uruguay, okay, at the other side of the Río de la Plata, our river, okay. Buenos Aires is next to the river, to the Río de la Plata, okay, that flows into the Atlantic Ocean. So the 25 of May, every 25 of May, on this square there are big celebrations, okay, a lot of musical shows sometimes, yes, there are celebrations of food, of everything. So this is considered as the birthday of our country, okay. So there are celebrations everywhere in the country, okay. This is only in Argentina, doesn't happen in Uruguay, doesn't happen in Paraguay, neither Bolivia. So this is only in Argentina, that celebration that was the first step for our independence, okay. And we will jump to the 20th century now, and I will show you before jumping this monument that is in the middle of the square. I make you a 360 view of this before seeing this monument that represents that events of the 25th of May. It was made in 1811, and it's the Pyramid of May, despite of being an obelisk that has some statues in the middle. That statue represents Palace Athenea. I don't know the name in English. I think that is the same, Palace Athenea. Yes, representing the Republic, and then with the shield of Argentina. Yes, with brotherhood. Okay, so brotherhood, the rising sun. Yes, in the middle. Then the shield of Argentina over there. Yes, inside here there is a little courtyard inside here, a little garden, very well protected. Yes, you can see the statues. Okay. And now I will show you another thing. Some scarves, yes, that are here, that were put on this part, yes. There are the mothers of Plaza De Macho, yes. You can see the shape of these figures that surround all the monument, okay. Around the monument. We're going to do this, yes. Whoop. And I will tell you this interesting story that takes part in the 20th century. From the year 1976, the militaries, the army of Argentina seized the power, took over the democratic life, ended the democratic life with a bigger plan that was in the most of parts of South America, a lot of places in Latin America. There were a lot of dictatorships, okay, that happened on these places, okay, where a lot of people have been kidnapped, yes, they were sent to clandestine centers of detention, yes, and were killed, okay. It's to say that more than 30,000 people have been kidnapped from their jobs, from their works. More than 30,000 people have died for that, were killed, okay. And there was no free expression for press, you can guess, yes. And then a group of women started coming to this place wearing their diapers, the diapers of their babies, of their children, on their heads, that represented their sons and daughters that were kidnapped during that period, okay. A very sad period for our history, okay. They used to come every day to claim their appearance to the dictator, yes, for the appearance of those children. And without any answer, they started coming. They kept on coming, of course, and they started walking surrounding the monument. Why they started to do that? Because they were not allowed. They were prohibited to walk. Yes, everyone, all the population was forbidden to stay in one place more than 3 people. So they started walking, okay, and then began to be very symbolic. Yes, a lot of people were found in different clandestine centers of detention. Yes, but well, this dictatorship ended with the War of Malvinas. The Malvinas, they are wrongly called the Falklands Islands. Argentina tried to recover the islands, but without any result in the year 1982, because the militaries wanted to gain popularity among the population, because there were a lot of economic troubles, a lot of external debt that strangled our economy for a lot of years, a lot of problems in the economy of Argentina. Okay, so in the year 1983 we got the democracy again, and from that moment up to now we are still a democracy now. Okay, but well, talking about the mothers again, the mothers have become a very important movement for the human rights. Yes, they were nominated to the Nobel Prize of Peace. Unluckily they didn't win, but they are considered very important for our history. That is the most important recognition is by the people. They still come every Thursday at 3:30 in the afternoon to remember them, to look for truth, memory, and justice. That are the three words that are claiming every 24th of March of 1976 when the dictatorship has started. Okay, so this is that is a day off for ceremonies everywhere in the country. A lot of people come to the square to claim for the more than 30,000 people who have been kidnapped, to truth, memory, and justice. Okay, and not to happen never again. That is a very important phrase. That is nunca más, never ever. Yes, this is the meaning of the phrase. Okay, another place is banks. Yes, banks. And another building that is the AFIP, the administration of the federal incomes. Yes, this is where all our taxes go to. Yes, we are always fighting with them. Yes, they want to get money from wherever. By the way, I will show you also the first subway in Latin America. Yes, that is the Plaza De Macho. That is the Plaza De Macho. Yes, the station over there. Yes. Oh. Now I see our lovely flag. Yes. It hides with the sun. Yes. Can't you see the colors of the sky? Yes. Anyway, that was not the purpose according to the theories about the creation of our flag. It was said that it was created just an strategic point. If you see the family of Bourbon, that are the current family, the royal family of Spain, they had that colors. The creator of the flag, the intention was to make like a kind of strategy, yes, for hiding the feeling of independence that was on the feelings of the people. Yeah, some of them wanted to show loyalty to the King of Spain, but no, it was not possible. Yes, the independence was going on in the year 1812 when the flag was created. In the year 1816, this is the place when the year when the independence of Argentina is. Not Argentina, I mean the United Provinces of Rio de la Plata. Okay. Anyway, on those moments, what today is Uruguay has been apart from the part of Argentina. We have a very similar culture with Uruguay. Okay, we speak the same way, almost the same way. Here, the people in Buenos Aires, we are having a very, very strong laces. Yes, with our brother country. Yes, this is the creator of the flag. Yes. The guy on the statue that is looking at the pink building. Yes, Manuel Belgrano on the horse. Yes, this is a very important location. Yes, these are stones. These stones are a kind of ceremony for a memorial for the victims of the COVID. Okay, you are put. There are signs that tell not to damage these stones. Okay, there's a kind of cenotaph. Yes, oh, well, I will show you again the square. Check. This is the square. Okay, the oldest square. Try to imagine. The square a lot of years ago in 1580. Okay, there was only a square and then the river was just some meters from here. Okay, you can see the purpose was that to make it just next to the river. Okay, then you can see the Cabildo, and on the other side the cathedral, and the pyramid in the middle. Okay, and we are going on this side. Yes, now you can see the pink building. Yes, I will let you a surprise. I will not tell you now what it is. yes. But what I can tell you is that the river used to be here down this hill. There is a hill now that is very, very short, very, very low, where the river is to be. But nowadays this is another neighborhood that is at Puerto Madero. The place was filled to make the new port, Puerto Madero, okay, that didn't work for a lot of time. Yes, not so much time. The port is not here, but formerly on this spot there used to be a fortress. Okay, in this part I will share now. There used to be a fortress on the times of the foundation of the city. The idea was to protect the new city from the invasions. Well, the example of the British entered to Buenos Aires a lot of miles from here to the south. Okay, that is how they managed to arrive. So there was no chance here. The river is so low. Imagine that it was filled. It could be filled. The river is so low that it's impossible to attack for big ships. It was very strategic place. Anyway, there was a fortress here. There was like a castle where the vice king used to live on this spot, and the first governor of the independent country. Okay, there are a lot of tourists today. They are most of them locals now. Yes. There will be people from a lot of places that will be arriving, but luckily there are a lot of local people that enjoy the city, different provinces of Argentina that could not go abroad or couldn't not go so far away and began to enjoy the country. Okay, so you can see a lot of people. Well, I have my selfie. Yes, a lot of people coming. You can check the flowers. Yes, but well, the fortress was demolished in the middle part of the 19th century when Argentina started being Argentina. Yes, 1862 was when Argentina started being the Argentinian Republic, and then the old buildings were finally demolished. Yes, and then you can see these ones. Okay, this one, and I will describe this pink house. Yes, that is the pink house. That is the residential palace. This is the presidential palace where the president and the executive power works. Okay, so but formerly, in the very beginning, you can see. I will go back a little bit so that you can see the building better. For making a better description, you can see that on the left side, on the right side, there is a small building there, and then the one on the left is a little bit wider. Okay, and then the part in the middle. Yes, the first one built was the one on the right side. Okay, this is more narrow, and this is narrow because to make this avenue, Hipólito Yrigoyen, it was demolished one part there that used to be similar to that part that was built later. This part used to be the post office. Yes, the post office building. Yes, that worked until the very beginning of the 20th century when it was moved. Yes, and began to be an annex for the House of Government. That was that building, that small building used to be the House of Government. But the idea was to make like a palace here. Okay, so the two buildings were linked they were connected by a big building in the middle with an arch, a big arch that was made by Francesco Tamburini, an architect that also built another important theater in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, the Columbus Theater, the Teatro Colón. Okay, yes, okay, this spot, this place, yes, this is the place where the president works and the executive power works. This is not the place where the president lives, okay? He lives in a residence 12 kilometers from here, so he comes by helicopter every day. There is a small flag at the top when the president is here, so there are two flags there nowadays. Right now there is only one, so it means that the president is not on this place. That is Alberto Fernandez, the current president now. Yes, that has to be in a very difficult time for his presidency because of the pandemic. Of course, everywhere in the world happened the same. I'm not discovering anything. But well, this is connected, okay? The Avenue of May that I showed you before, on that side at the bottom, this is the connection with the parliament, so the two powers of the republic are connected, okay? There is another avenue diagonal that shows the judicial power. And I will show you one special spot on the Pink House. Yes, that is very special. Very important events for our history happened. Okay. You can see a balcony there. Okay. I will tell you the shortest story first. Yes. Well, in the year 1986, the team led by Diego Maradona was received by the president with a lot of people here, thousands of people claiming for the World Cup won in Mexico. Okay, in the year 1986, the famous World Cup with the hand of God. Remember that I told you about the war of the Malvinas, or maybe the Falklands, if you know of Falklands. It was 1982, so in 1986 we were playing against England for the quarters of final of that cup, so scoring a goal to England was amazing. And then in the same game, the most important goal, considered the most beautiful goals of the World Cup, dribbling Maradona from the midfield, a lot of English players, and then scoring. Okay, so Argentina has beaten the final match to Germany, West Germany, those times, and became champion. Yes, so Maradona was received on that balcony. I will show myself again. Yes, so Maradona was received by the president. Yes, that was Raúl Alfonsín on those times. So thousands of people have claimed for him. Yes, so in last year, despite of the pandemic, the lockdown, a lot of people came to the square also for the funeral of Diego Maradona. He died when he was only 60 years old. Yes, in last November, 26th of November. So in the 30th of October, he will be turning 61. But he's not with us now. Anyway, a lot of people came to say goodbye to him despite of the lockdown. It was very strong, the feeling with Diego Maradona. Okay, and another character, another important character, well known all over the world, in this balcony that I will show again. This was Eva Duarte de Perón, Evita. Okay. That was on that balcony, gave her last speech to the people. Okay, Anyway, I will tell you something about this movement. To explain the Peronismo is very difficult. Peronismo is a movement, political movement that included to political life the working class people, that gave a lot of rights. That leader, Juan Domingo Perón. Okay, the birth of the movement was in the 17th of October of 1945. Yes. When he was put in jail, being the Secretary of Work. So he was in jail, and a lot of people came to the square to claim for the freedom of Perón to be out of jail, and that began to be like an important symbol of political life in Argentina. Perón becomes president that year. Yes, he was elected by a lot of people, and he was married to Evita or Eva Duarte. Yes, that being the first lady during the government, she made the foundation Eva Perón, where she helped a lot of people, a lot of retired people, a lot of pregnant women, a lot of children. So also an important thing that was given was the vote for the women. Okay, the women could vote from the year 1947 in Argentina. Okay. Anyway, Evita was strongly ill by cancer, so before dying she came here to say goodbye to the people and came to her balcony. Okay, that was borrowed by Alan Parker in 1996 to make the movie Evita, okay, with Madonna playing the role of Evita. Anyway, I can recommend you another movies that are not the ones that Alan Parker. I can send you some movies that are even better, okay, that represents better the figure of Eva Perón, okay. So, I show you the place. And this is very very important. I will show you also the Bank of the Nation, an important building also. It used to be a theater. Yes, you can see the Corinthian columns. This is amazing building. The Bank of the Nation. Yes. Okay. Show a little bit more of the square. We have seen a lot of places. Yes, a lot of places. I mentioned about the demonstrations. Yes, about the celebrations. There are important celebrations during the whole year. I mentioned about the 25th of May, the 24th of March. Yes, every events that happened in the 17th of October with the day of the Peronista loyalty, okay, because every October 17 a lot of people come to celebrate the loyalty day to Juan Domingo Perón, the one who gave a lot of rights. It's hard to explain the movement of Peronism. This is like a kind of a political party that is more than a political party, because there is a strong feeling that comes from family to family. Yes, if you're born Peronista, you will keep being Peronista. This is like happens with the football also. Yes, but well, nice side of the square, no? of the pink house behind me. Yes, that is nice. That is nice. Yes, I will show you from here all the square. Yeah. And good. I was the last stop. Yes, I'm a little bit under the shade. That is nice. Now, October and November are my favorite months in Buenos Aires. Yes, very nice weather. Yes, I tell you, from November 1st, people are allowed to come to Argentina with the vaccines given. It doesn't matter where do you give your vaccines. You have to have your schedule complete so as to come, and a negative test 3 days before coming. So I invite you to come to not only to Buenos Aires, also to Argentina, to visit all the marvelous places that we have. We have a lot of glaciers, we have waterfalls, we have ancient culture of pre-Columbian cultures, okay? And we have Buenos Aires. That is a marvelous city, the place of the tango, the place of football, yes? So, hope you have enjoyed. If you have any questions, just write me, let me know. Hope you have enjoyed our ride. Thanks to the people of Stika that have been helping me now. Yes, and all the people all around the world. Nestor salutes you from this side, and thanks for being on that side, okay? Bye, see you.